Alright guys, welcome back. Make sure to comment, subscribe, leave a like on the video, help me reach the monetization threshold by watching the video, or at least letting it run and letting the other parts run so the hours add up. First, before we continue, we're going to go to the Sacred Stairway because we gotta continue Eddar's quest. We're going to the Temple of Gone. Hold on, before we actually do this. Path of Light, we met Elfasa's son, Bearn. We gotta talk to a woman named Ogni. The Temple of Gone, okay. Let's head there, it's gonna take about 2 hours. And this must be one big mountain. Very vertical and yet also spacious. Oh, here we go.
Light of Aethys be upon you. Light of Aethys be upon you.
Oh, I don't have Eddar. Who can I put?
I thought Aethys was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortal. What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
Aethys was more curious about me than I was about him.
And you knew things he did not. Ah. For what does he listen to you then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing.
Mine won't shut up. He's searching his feelings and needed immortal perspective. He might be worried about how we interpret his actions. I don't pretend to understand the motivations of God, yeah, same. Mine won't shut up. I don't pretend to understand the motivations of God.
Ikera, it makes my head hurt whenever I try to figure out what Ngati wants from me. I could not imagine the inner workings of a god. But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light.
They have a plan for us. The last thing they need is doubt. Better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire to feel it again. Someone needs the power to shape our future. They have a plan for us. The last thing we need is doubt. They need is doubt.
To be worshipped. To have others interpret your design. It is not fair, I say. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller?
Maybe they worry because their hand is on the tiller. Are we still talking about Aethys? Wouldn't you worry if you were in their position? Thanks for talking, Tika. He pauses, blinking at you with a handful of hair pressed between his fingers.
Ikera, I did not wish to burden you. These days I am having to think harder than my pampered years. You will forgive the handsome fish if he is as curious as the green god. At least Aethys has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Tekehu to worry about.
He smiles wanly. The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an instant tugging for your attention, the pull centers from Tehiku's soul. Let's see what he got. Once again you find yourself in Andra's waterlogged hall of power. The tired swaying of bioluminescent chandeliers cast uneven rays of light on her cord.
Scratch under the wet clay of any artist and you hatch a lifetime of fear and doubt.
Andra props her chin on her fist and studies Tehiku with a sigh.
My boy doesn't fear the gods. He only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential. But isn't it easier to let sculptures represent you? Poor thing. Nothing he does could disappoint me. But that is Mother's prerogative.
He pulls away with the wet, slapping sound. You receive the mental impression of a wink. The world reasserts itself around you. Tekuku wears an uncertain smile, tipping his head inquisitively. Let's be off, buddy. That was a mistake to come here. So I came in here to get Eder, because apparently only at inns you can switch up parties, which is stupid. But this Ginthal guy is being very, well, not welcoming to our friend, Watershaper friend here.
Kara, have we met?
Tekehu frowns, worrying one of his hairs.
Oh, have you forgotten our little altercation so soon? How convenient for you.
He levels Tekehu with a steely gaze and begins to count off the man's indiscretions on his fingers.
Last you were here, you got drunk as a hagfish in a barrel of mead.
Why does that not surprise me?
Kara, at least one of us is amused.
Tekehu furrows his brow. Alot rolls his eyes, Shodi's eyes narrow, dark lashes fusing.
Then, when I refused to serve
He raises another
longer,
finger.
You stole a bottle of my finest wine from behind the bar.
Kara, how could I let you poison your clients? Ngati is not deigned to bless a drop of what passes through here.
Oh boy.
You drank it all, then clambered onto the stage, pushed the dancer off, and serenaded the crowd with a sloppy rendition of my Wahaki.
Clamber? These legs do not clamber.
Alot massages his temples, shaking his head.
Apologize.
Well, Gintho, care to apologize to my friend here? You have to teach me that one later.
Then, when I shoved you out the door and told you not to come back, you tried to kiss me.
Oh boy. Though he looks as if he's about to protest, Tekehu thinks twice and holds silence.
Frankly, I'm surprised someone hasn't killed you yet.
Gintho plants his hands on his hips and does his best to loom over the large Oama man, though the effect is less than impressive. I'll vouch for him. A strangle sound escapes Shodi's throat as she flushes from neck to forehead.
All right. But if he gets up to any more mischief, it's your purse on the line.
Kara, punish me appropriately if I misbehave.
I'll hold you to that, you slippery bastard. You see anything you like?
Need help.
As you say, Captain.
Miss me?
You could say that. Explosions, athletics.
Yeah?
Alright, let's go. Alright, we are here with Eder. Here's the woman we gotta talk to, Agni. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze give the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Bearn said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted
Your
path.
friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of
Gadarian
helping his
Bosch.
message reach all of the faithful.
What a name. Indeed.
We answer the shining God's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake. Already the vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
He's at the Ashen Maw if you guys are curious. The journey sounds dangerous. How would you join up with Aethys, chasing him in a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path. When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Okay, why do you have a southern accent, by the way?
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
The journey sounds dangerous. Who are the Vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Eder leans in toward you.
Bearn said something about the Vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
I think he is. Agni's eyes shift momentarily to Eder, then back to you. She says nothing, merely raising her smile. Creepy. Do you have a list of people in the Vanguard? We want to see if our friend is among them.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian Bosch knows them. Beyond that, we keep such information private.
Eder turns his head away to hide a look of exasperation, but then it shifts, his eyes suddenly hopeful. He looks back at Agni.
They know their own. What do you think they'd say to a couple new members? Can we be in the Vanguard too?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
There must be something we can do to change
It is
your mind.
no longer in my power to help you into the Vanguard. We would still welcome you as a partisan.
Listen, we didn't come for that. There's somebody in the Vanguard that doesn't belong there. He's young and he lost his mother. He's not thinking real well. We just want to get him back home. Can you tell us where they'd be?
Your friend has embraced the call of his god. He is of rare faith to have requested entry into our Vanguard. Perhaps he is not the one in need of saving.
Eder rakes a hand over his face as though to forcibly keep it composed. He looks at you.
This is going nowhere. Come on, let's get out of here. I'll think of something.
Your journey sounds
The
dangerous.
Shining God demands total commitment from his follower. What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause? To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
Tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, huh? Usually you'd have to stack him in a wheelbarrow and push him around.
Agni nods, her expression no different than when it was when you arrived. Let's see. Despite the news, let's see.
What do you need? What do you need? What's gnawing you? Yeah?
The Shining God, welcome. Your friend guided you truly. We answer the already the Vanguard prepared Gadarian Bosch. They will be the
Bearn said something about
Gadarian Bosch. They will be
Bearn said something.
Guess that's it, yeah. We have an encounter in the streets.
Hold a moment. You asked about joining the Vanguard.
Oh shit.
I may have misspoken before. There may yet be a way for you to join them. In good conscience, the partisans cannot allow faithless outsiders to try and corrupt our members. Therefore, it is better we do not permit you to leave at all.
Seriously?
Say a prayer to the Shining God, and you may be a part of his Vanguard yet.
Oh, come on, Agni. Did you really have to give your life like this, you idiot?
Moeth, Ixie, Onath! Just like that. Moeth, Ixie, Onath!
Lava.
Yes?
I shall. Lavaru beyond seek.
That's right.
Try a different position.
Lava.
That dog won't
I had a
hurt.
hunch they might be idiots. Just didn't know how big.
Indeed.
Bearn, he's gonna be getting on that ship from what it sounded like.
Is there anything on your body? All of the partisans of the lighted path have been carrying these documents on a person. One page appears to be a ship's itinerary with the list of ports and dates. Asango and Nekataka are the last two ports listed. If the dates are correct, the ship would most recently have arrived at Nekataka. However, the itinerary does not specify a departure date for that entry. There's no telling the ship has left port yet. The second page is a list of names. Bearn does not appear on it, but halfway down with no surname listed. Oh, he does appear on it. There's also a cargo list, noting which cargo is to be picked up at each port. Food and drink account for most of the items being loaded at Nekataka. When one item stands apart as having no obvious place among the rest, Venom, Adrian Tree Viper is quantity listed in terms of files. It goes for several dozen. Finally, there's a map that appears to have charted places where Aothis has been sighted in the islands. A line has been drawn that connects the points. It projects a course northward beyond his most recent appearance, and a point along that trajectory has been marked with an X.
Yes?
Thank you. Oh, two birds with one stone. I gotta get on my ship anyway.
I shall.
Let's keep going. The map Emporium. Let's go back out here. Bronzos map Emporium.
I thought Juana didn't believe in personal property. Yet you've brought quite the assortment of leather necklaces.
They're carrying just
We
so.
missed it.
But not
They're
all
gonna
of
park
them
that
will.
thing next to Aothis and slit their own throats. I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got Bearn involved. If we can't catch it, can you promise me we'll go right now?
Yes, we'll go right now.
I knew there was something I liked about you.
Pursue the lighted path ship.
In that case, perhaps you could remove them from my sleeping berth.
Oh, it is no burden, my friend. You are free to borrow one.
If I see. Hi ho, hi ho. Something, something, bro. Hey. Harbinger's Watch, Tikawara is right there. Motori Okozi. Sayuka. Asango. Crookspur. Ashen Maw. Ori Okoiki. Junvik Village. There they are. Gadarian Bosch, the children of the Dawn Stars, the Otis Vanguard. Huao Riku Islands. Here we go. Rescue Bearn. A gift from Aothis, a glorious death. Okay.
Moeth Ixie Honest. Just like that.
Take him down.
Get some help here. It's full.
On your side.
Moeth Ixie Honest.
That's not very helpful.
Quit this. Feel this. Second try.
How may I help?
Holy shit, what the hell did you say, Charlie?
I shall deal with this one.
Y'all weak as hell, I tell y'all. Mo dear.
That was amazing. You're so great at killing things. I mean, really great.
Thank you.
Wow. I feel incredible. Can we do it again?
You were a little crazy.
What do you want?
Alright. Partition.
Oh? I shall.
Let's go below deck.
The others have drunk, Bearn. Their souls make their way to Aethys.
There's Gadarian Bosch.
This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come, let us show him together.
This feels like Golduck Hot on Terok Nor. Not Terok Nor. Empok Nor, there you go. With the Bajoran Parwraith worshippers. The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck filled with a vicious fluid of earthly red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Bearn uncorks an identical vial.
No, kid!
Eder steps forward, his palms outstretched. Bearn nearly dropped the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. His gaze drifts up to Eder. He stares with the dull eyes, as if he's trying to place him.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Eder ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Bearn.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Bearn waits, the vial now clutched in one hand. At chest height. You don't have to do this.
You've got a lot to live for.
I would be alone in this world, were it not for the light of Aethys.
Bearn stares down at the liquid in the vial, watching it lap against the sides. With the trembling of his hand, he draws it above his shoulders, held out before him.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
It sounds almost like a recitation. Eder's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. Metaphysics. Your soul won't pass to Aethys. It will pass into Adra and through the core of the world. Listen, the gods aren't really gods. They were built from the souls of ancient Kith. They were built from the souls of ancient Kiths. You have to believe me. Well, he won't believe me. Let's go with the first one.
You can trust a Watcher to know something about that. You won't get a choice with this.
But surely a god can claim my soul when it draws near.
Oh, you fool. Bearn holds a vial at his chest level and looks prepared neither to drink it nor to drop it.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Eder fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting toward his
He
weapon.
must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
Nope. I doubt you'd be missed if you stayed behind.
What he means is, you're probably more valuable to Aethys alive.
Tending fields while he marches to change the world? Unlikely.
Bearn stares down at the liquid in the vial, watching it lap against the thighs, the trembling of his hands. He draws it above his shoulders, held up before him.
History doesn't look kindly on deserters, Bearn. Nor will your god.
Hard to blame his deserters. They got to live. Meanwhile, his last vanguard got burned right out of the world, bones and all.
I've come this far. How could I be forgiven for failing him now?
I'm sure he'll come to forgive you in time, Intimidate. The gods oppose Aethys, and I have their ear. When they stop him, it's not his forgiveness you'll need.
Aethys doesn't deserve your life, or even your crazy leaders. Not until he starts making some sense.
I never figured I was worthy of receiving his explanation.
Bearn holds a vial at chest level and looks prepared to neither drink nor drop.
It's now or never, Bearn. Will you abandon your god, or will you come to his aid?
It looks to your group.
Come on, say something.
Adair's right.
He takes a deep... Oh, Alob. I'm surprised, buddy. He takes a deep breath and glances to you. He looks as if he can't believe he just said that.
Who exactly demands this sacrifice, Bearn? Aethys or him?
He stares at Gadarian with naked contempt.
Beware of men who claim the authority of the gods. They often have little care for mortals.
That's true.
Listen to me. You gotta listen, kid. Bearn, during the Saints' War, me and my brother, we had a choice to make. It was just like this. We saw it different, he and I. He chose our god. I didn't. I'll never see him again. And I don't know where his soul is now. But I don't think Aethys was around to save it. You're gonna stay here. There's better ways to serve your god. You can build something in his honor, like I did. A town, a temple, a good life. Maybe not a statue.
Return Bearn to Asango. Bearn's expression suddenly shifts suddenly. Looks like someone who's been slapped hard across the face. His fingers relax, the vial clatters to the ground, battering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
He takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
All acts can be forgiven by a truly benevolent soul. In all likelihood, Aethys will be defeated again, whatever his plans. The decision is made. There's no point in fearing an outcome beyond reckoning. There is no fate that can't be cheated. Let's go 2.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial toward Editor and toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
He barely gets the sentence out before the first spasms rack his frame. Reddish froth bubbles from his lips and he collapses to the floor, flopping and arching like a netted fish. In one final rigid convulsion, his breath stops, and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's alright? He looks a little seasick.
If only he died before he got everyone else involved. Bearn stares silently at Gadarian and Bosch. Spitting bubbles on the lips of the corpse are still popping.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
Lucky you weren't stronger then. The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Shut up, Bearn, you stupid idiot. Editor Saul is addressed to Saints, and in the end he just nods.
For right now, let's just get you home.
Turning to Hasango. How's here? Oh, yeah. Riku. Isn't this? Oh, the islands around Tikawara. Sounds this time we're going to meet the islands surrounding one of village Tikawara makes claims of 3 islands, forming a rough approximation of a triangle around Tikawara. It's around it here. Let's go to Hasango. OBQ. Yuka. Hail to Ori Oak Creek. Go. Maybe I can go here. Hopefully there's an inn.
Bearn.
I'm not sure what you want to talk about. I have my life, and I know it's because of you. I know I should be thanking you. But the truth is, I don't know if I want to be here now, or what I'm supposed to be doing. And I still don't know what to say to Aethys when I meet him one day.
It should be the other way around. He's the one who owes you an explanation. You hear me, kid? He owes you.
Not in much of a mood to talk, if you don't mind.
Watcher. Guess what? Now go on and guess, really. Not a god's darned one. And ain't that just it? I feel so fine. Like I swallowed a star and now I got light bursting from my chest. Can you see it in me? This happiness? It's all on account of you, Watcher. Guess you could say I underwent an adjustment of perspective. I still got my duty, but I haven't lost my light to the darkness. You saved me from that. Everything's different now. The world looks so dang bright, doesn't it? Even at night. The sky goes all glittery with stars. Must be what the gods see when new souls are born.
Right.
Welcome to Sayuka.
I will not return to the Longhouse, Weto, never! And I won't blunt my teeth about it further.
But what are you so stubborn? The Rawatayans do us a great favor and you spit in their faces. My brother, is there something I can do for you? Not at all, not at all. My sister and I are just having a small disagreement.
It is because you speak like this that I yell at you in the first place. You're beginning to sound like those Rawatayan outlanders, and it shames me to say so.
Ignore her. She has an urchin up her ass about her cousins from the north and can't be persuaded. I should know. I've tried.
Is it so unreasonable to want to protect my culture, our culture, from our greedy neighbors? They arrive in ships laden with goods they believe will please us and think that gives them the right to build their walls on our land. Then, they act surprised when we don't all fall at their feet with cries of gratitude.
Akira, don't encourage her. I will—
We are no strangers to the menaces of the Deadfire. Pirates, colonials, Nagati's children. We have bested all of them before. We don't need them or their walls to keep us safe. And we surely don't need their longhouse. Under whose banner? Rawatai's? Then we cease to be Hawana as surely as if they conquered us.
We have the land and resources Rawatai needs, and they have the military might we lack. We share a common ancestor. Why not create a common culture? Together, we would be strong.
I say, if you truly believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I thought.
We're no strangers to storms. But last year, we suffered many powerful ones in quick succession. And our harvest of Koiki fruit was destroyed. Prize share was rationed. Famine loomed. And then the Rawatayans sent ships. Load after load of food, enough to see us to the next harvest. They could have left us to die. But they didn't.
It was only a ploy to make us dependent on them, Akira. We took their food and helping hands, and now we sleep in their buildings and watch the sea from their walls. Another of the Rawatayans' tricks. When our huts were destroyed in the storms, they did not rebuild them like they were as we requested. They built this longhouse instead. Are you not one people? They said. Why do you live divided, each caste apart from the others? They believe they know what's best for us, but how we live is not their business. The Fleet Master says we are weak because we don't work as one. She doesn't see that it's our differences that make the Huana strong. She doesn't want to see it, lest it put the lie to their enterprise here. Then leave, Akira. Unless you wish to drown with us both.
I say, if you have nothing constructive to add and don't intend to help, then take my sister's advice and go. We have cynics apply. My brother, is there something I can do for you?
Akira, I don't need you to tell me as much. But I appreciate your support nonetheless. It is gratifying to be heard and understood. That an outlander could do this and my brother could not shames us both.
Caught between the Valians and the Rawatayans, we will be crushed. We need a strong ally to survive the coming years. My brother, is there something I can do for you?
my prayers over all this noise? Those Raparu dare make such a racket in my longhouse? What were those royal Deadfire fools thinking? You'd feel the same if you knew anything about the Juana. What do you want? I am Mataru, a warrior. The best quarters are mine by right. And yet I cannot display my most precious possession, my grandmother's warhammer, for fear the Raparu might steal it. It is absurd. They know no better. A Juana soul is not born into the Raparu without reason, after all. Not even the greatest Mataru can stand against a fleet of Rawatayan warships.
Over, then under, then twist. Good.
Hey, Kara, it looks so easy when you do it.
Oh, hello. Come to watch me tie rugs, have you?
Asaro here's been teaching me.
What say, traveler?
It is as you say, but I have always admired the beautiful rugs Osaru makes.
And Nadunga can fix anything. Is it not reasonable we should learn from each other?
Akira, especially if we must suffer Waturi together.
Just so.
It's not so bad, excepting the nights Waturi gets into the palm wine.
Akira, but that man does snore loud enough to call down the rains. There is hardly any space to tie my rugs, to be certain, and I haven't had a moment to myself in weeks.
But there are also new friends to be made.
Indeed there are. Captain, I am inspired to redecorate our ship's quarters.
Ah, it's not a skill one learns in an afternoon, but should you wish...
I say, we have the room. So long as you do...
Carry the winds with you, traveler.